Hello again, gamers. Welcome back to the Board Game Captain. I'm the Board Game Captain.
And I'm Alex.
And today we're doing another episode of Game Night Snacks of the World. Before we get started, if you're interested in supporting the channel, there's a link to my Patreon in the description down below. And if you'd like to get some cool gamer gear, shirts, or mugs, there is a link to our Teespring store in the description down below. And I'm sure I've shown a few pictures of some of our items that are for sale over there. So now we're going to be trying some, it just mainly looks like seaweed here. Yeah. Now if this is from a Korean snack box, I believe this is Korean seaweed. It seems to show it with rice. I do know that in Korea they like to take seaweed and kind of wrap up some steamed rice with it and eat it. Yep. Almost like how you would have it with sushi, except that without the fish.
I actually have an aunt who is Korean. My uncle married a Korean lady, and this is like everywhere in their household. This is something they eat. Big sheets of like nori, basically, and steamed white rice is pretty common.
And that's awesome. But we're gonna try it as a snack, so just by itself. Just can you munch on the seaweed by itself? No rice, because the rice kind of makes it a meal.
Yeah, I agree.
So this is served like in a little snack container. So we're gonna just try it. Would you like to do the honors on this one? Open it up. So
Absolutely.
We're just gonna do it as a snack and see how it is. Now we don't know if this is flavored seaweed at all, if it's just plain seaweed, because we can't read the Korean on the packaging. It looks pretty plain.
Yeah, it seems like straight up seaweed. Ooh, I already know we're gonna have
an issue with the cleanliness.
Yeah, I believe so.
was that a little bit getting on you?
Yeah. Okay.
All right, let's have a whoa. Yeah, I was gonna say. Oh, crumble factor.
Oh,
There's definitely a crumble factor.
Yep.
Oh, that's salty. Whoa, is that way saltier than I was expecting? Okay.
Oh yeah. Yep.
This is seasoned. This is salty. Let me show you what the seaweed looks like in case you're not familiar with packaged seaweed. So it is seaweed that has been mashed up and then pressed and dried into a very thin, paper-thin sheet.
Yep. And I was just looking to see if I could derive where the sodium content was on this, but it's I don't know.
No.
There are numbers.
Okay. I was not expecting that level of salt. I was not. I'll try another one too.
Yeah.
This one held up better. That's kind of cool looking. It's kind of translucent.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a neat texture to it.
Yeah, so like I said, I'm fairly familiar with this, and I've had this, not this product before, but something very similar before, and it is salty. I was expecting that.
I wasn't expecting this level of salt because there's American versions of this that I've had, and they're nowhere near as salty.
Right.
They lower the sodium. Sometimes they'll put flavoring on it, but they lower the sodium. Okay, so I could do with a little less on the salt, but the taste is not bad.
Yeah, it's got the tastes like seaweed.
Like seaweed. Yeah, if you've had seaweed like on sushi,
right,
or just had any American seaweed snacks, you know what it's like. Just think that, but saltier.
Japanese rice seasoning has little flakes of this in it. If you had anything like that, it's got that flavor to it. It's very similar.
So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna rate first, if you don't mind.
Go for it.
Okay, so I'm gonna go for flavoring. I'm gonna go on 6.5 out of 10. It's not bad. It's kind of tasty. I could do with less salt though, because I think that they overdid it with the level of salt on these.
I'm gonna go a full point higher, 7.5. I actually really enjoy this. I was expecting the salt, so maybe that's why I don't.
Yeah, it took me back.
I didn't have quite the reaction.
That might be better diffused if you were using it to wrap up rice.
Well, I think that's the point. You don't have to season the rice. It's just on the seaweed. But if you're not expecting this flavor,
it's strong.
You are going to be you may love it or you may hate it. I like it. I think it's a great flavor, but just buyer beware on this one.
Okay. Snackability. I'm gonna go an 8 on the snackability.
I'm gonna do the same thing. 8. It's you can. I mean.
Oh, I'd keep. I even though I'm not super high on the flavor, I'm like the salt. It's that addictive flavor of the salt. I want to go back and have more.
Right. And you could eat you could probably literally eat this nonstop all day and never get full. There's not very much to it at all.
It's very snackable.
Like this weighs it's almost imperceptible.
Oh yeah.
How much it weighs. It's basically a very interesting method of getting sodium into your mouth.
Yeah, if you're low on sodium and you need a little extra. Okay, on the other hand, as much higher as I went on the snackability, I've got a lot to talk about in regard to cleanliness. So I'm going to try to show my fingers to the camera here because, okay, now when we talk about cleanliness, we often talk about grease and powder and crumbliness, and this thing is a trifecta of every wrong thing to have for a game night snack.
Yeah.
There are crumbles that fall on the table, there's powder from the salt crystals that get stuck to your hand, and there's grease!
And it's greasy, yeah. I don't know how you become crumbly and greasy, but they figured it out.
I'm going to go a 1 on cleanliness.
I was going to say a 2 just because it doesn't necessarily have to explode and ruin everything, but it will.
It will. This is...
You know what? We had one thing that was absolutely much worse than this, and that was that tube of goo. That was a 1. This is a 2.
That was in the big Korean game night snack video we did.
Check that one out. You're going to really like the tube of goo review.
So, okay. That said, because of how low I am on cleanliness in this, I'm going to have to say I can't recommend this as a game night snack.
No.
It's going to make a mess of your gaming components.
You need to use a utensil. You need to use chopsticks or something.
And that's a problem.
And that ruins the whole point of using it as a snack food. Right?
Yeah. So even though I kind of like the flavor, and I think it's incredibly snackable, the cleanliness kills it.
Yeah, you're going to make a mess.
It is going to make a mess. So you're in total agreement then?
Yeah, I mean, I really like it. Just don't eat it while you're playing a game.
So there you have it. If you enjoyed this episode of Game Night Snacks of the World, be sure to give it a like, share it on all forms of social media, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to the Board Game Captain. That's Captain spelled with a K on YouTube. And until next time, game on.